Hello, collective. What it do? What the business is? This is Intuitive Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Hopefully you guys are doing well, blessed, and highly favored. Staying prayed up, keeping your vibration high. You know what it is, what it do. You know how we do it over here. Keep your vibration high. Keep your thoughts positive. Make sure you're asking, your angels, for guidance. Make sure you are calling on your ancestors of the brightest white light that have ascended into heaven to assist you with any clarity that you may need, any help, release any fears and doubts to the universe to transmute to something positive for you. All right. Make sure you're doing your affirmations as well. Thank you guys so very much for your support, your subscribes. If you have not subscribed to my channel so far, hopefully you do. All right. If not with this reading, maybe with some of the others, this is a Leo reading. All right. This is a general Leo reading. So you could be a cross watcher for Leo. This could be low vibrational, high vibrational. Leo could be a cusp for you. All right. So it could be somewhere in your chart. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. This could be something that may have already come to pass. This may be something, that may be going on with someone, in your energy, connected to you, Leo, in some way. Or this could be something you're manifesting and, that's coming towards you that you may need to be prepared for, or that has something to do with what you're going towards, okay, or what's coming towards you, all right? So this could have something to do with your manifestations or someone else's, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to you, all right? So only take what resonates. I already pulled a few cards that came out. This is like my second or maybe my third time, doing this reading because I had to clear out some storage. Y'all know how that shit go. That shit is so aggravating. But just having to go through all like the videos. I don't save them to my phone, or my devices, but I try to keep it cleared out as much as I can because I got a lot of other material that I do have to keep. But just having to go through that so that I can free up a lot of storage. So that's been the issue. So that's why you see a few cards out here so far, and like 3 more that I did not, get a chance to do, but I'm doing it now. All right. So this is like my third time recording this, or like getting past like the first 3 cards. Okay. So we're going to see how much of this Leo reading I'm able to record. So let's start with the first card that came out for Leo. Jonathan can be significant. Jonathan can be of significance, Leo. All right. So you got Archangel Samuel card came out. All right. This Archangel, refers to and is about, offering like guidance and protection, for those that's like new on their spiritual journey. Especially when it comes to them seeking help with overcoming addictions, fears, developing courage in difficult situations. This Archangel also, is regarding passion, creativity, and transformation. So somebody could possibly be going through a death. They could be going through a rebirth with a star. And they could be, working on their energy, restoring their energy. So they could be working on their confidence, their courage, to face adversity. You know what I'm saying? Face whatever issues, dealing with them, inner conflicts, inner, demons that may be, things they need to, with the chariot, like face head on. You know what I'm saying? So this also could be, like I said, a death for someone, in and out of cycle, of their south node. You know what I'm saying? So whether this is somebody, that comes to mind for you that may be going through like a dark night of the soul, doing some shadow work, when it comes to them going within. So, but it also talks about, trying to think of the other card. 7 of Swords in reverse. You know, somebody could be, wanting to come towards you with these confessions. Like somebody wanting to be truthful, revealing the truth, being honest, you know. Um, and it's also like a page of cups, like somebody, having something that they, may be trying to work on, coming forward, like opening themselves up to being vulnerable enough to express something to you. And Seven of Swords in reverse. So if somebody was, untrustworthy in the past, dishonest, disloyal in any way, this is, somebody wanting to, there's some confessions that is bringing you a justice. You know what I'm saying? This is, they could be under judgment as well, being made aware, like could want forgiveness in a situation. But they releasing fear, at this time. And like I said, going through a transformation, excuse me. The next card, somebody stuck like Chuck. Somebody got options, but they both unsatisfactory. Like they could have two options, but they unsatisfactory. It's two unsatisfactory options. Wherever they want to go, they can't go, and wherever they at, they don't want to be. So, next card, any time now can be significant. So if there's a timeline on, something moving forward when it comes to this reading, Leo, any time now can be significant. The next card, birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. So when it comes to, somebody wanting to make, when it comes to them giving you a confession, they could be, giving you a confession anytime now. Okay? But there's, a transformation going on. Like I said, they releasing fear, and they could be new on their spiritual journey with the Fool. Like somebody, taking that leap of faith and, going toward, the unknown. You know what I'm saying? And releasing that fear of the unknown, like making that decision to go on a journey, to possibly get on the right path, but they could be stuck like Chuck. You know what I'm saying, Leo? They could be, not happy with either option that they have. You know what I'm saying? If they want to go, they don't want to stay where they are. If they can't stay where they are, they had to close out that cycle, or they ain't got no other choice because, the shit done hit the fan. So if they want to go towards somebody else in particular, instead of, going after someone new and just focusing on that and starting new, with someone new, when it comes to their healing journey, being new, they can't come back. It's like somebody, may not be able to come back to the person they want to go back to, and they don't want to stay where they at. You know what I'm saying? Or they not happy where they are either. You know what I'm saying? But they know some confessions, is due to you, Leo, and it could be any time now. But this birds of a feather flock together. Clarify birds of a feather flock together. The tower came out, but I don't know if it was like in reverse or in the upright. So I'm not gonna keep it. Clarify birds of a feather flock together. Messages for Leo. Clarify birds of a feather flock together. Got the Ace of Wands. That Eight of Wands in reverse with the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. 86 can be of significance. Somebody can be born in 86. Like somebody could be moving at a slow pace, or when it comes to, somebody having like something is a slow burn, like with this Eight of Wands, like something, Sagittarius energy. But it's like whatever somebody got going on, they gotta move, go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, could be in and out of cycle. They could be, having to Like somebody got to move things around. Like they got to make arrangements according to like whatever's going on, right? Like moving slow. Like they, can't. Because these ones, is action. Like they could be people. You know what I'm saying? With birds of a feather flock together. Like everything moving slow for somebody. Like something that's a slow burn. Eight of Wands in reverse. Like somebody in the upright, is fast paced. Like something, swift change, quick action. But in reverse, this is slow moving. You know what I'm saying? Like they got whoever this is, they got to go with the flow. Like clarify the Eight of Wands in reverse. What's the Eight of Wands in reverse? This could be family, could be friends, could be a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Could be a divorce or something like that. But something is slow, like something is moving slow for somebody. Like it's not. They could be having to. They all may have to put things off. Or something may be slow. Moving for all these people. What's the Eight of Wands in reverse about? What's this Eight of Wands in reverse about? Messages for Leo. What's the Eight of Wands in reverse about? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Capricorn energy, like somebody sitting up here, with an imbalance, but it's like somebody got, this inability to commit to shit. Like somebody, could be disorganized. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody not really, and this could be chaos for some people. Because I feel like whatever somebody was juggling or whatever, whoever was being juggled, or there was, both, two people that, may have been dealing with, infidelity, inability to commit, you know what I'm saying? And it don't have to be just with a marriage. It could have been, just something that they may have been slow to take action in, you know what I'm saying? Because they, kept putting something off, procrastinating and shit like that, making, things move slow, you know what I'm saying? And slow in a slow pace, like taking their damn time, you know what I'm saying? It's like way off balance. Like somebody, they priorities are not even together. And the Eight of Wands talk about that too in reverse, Leo. So you could be dealing with, people that, may have been stagnant, like having to rearrange, what they got to make arrangements, you know what I'm saying, based on how things is moving. Now it's like somebody got to somebody got to go back through the things that they need to, that they haven't been taking action in. And now they got to prioritize based on, how things is going for them right now. Because they slacked off or somebody, like was dragging ass or something. Because you got the Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Wands. I mean, you got the Queen of Swords in reverse and you got the Six of Swords in reverse. So it's like somebody stuck in the past, like, returning to trouble, running away from their problems, you know what I'm saying? Slow healing, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to somebody like taking their time, making the changes that they needed to make, it's like somebody, turned around and not, somebody was not focused on what it was, important. Like somebody felt like, they had time, or they were dealing with, or you were dealing with, someone that was very, criticizing. Like somebody criticizes somebody a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like could be a Virgo, Taurus, yeah. And it could be a Virgo. Like somebody could be a Virgo dealing with a Libra. Because whatever it is, like somebody got a lot of, could be very emotional, And if somebody make, decisions based, off of how they feeling at the time or something like that, they can be very cold hearted. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could be very, easily influenced. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna take much to like get some trigger somebody, and before you know it, they done took action and did something, and how people say, they'll worry about the consequences later, and it's like somebody, quick to return to the past. They quick to go back, to a past person. You know what I'm saying? Or want somebody to go um back in the past with them. It's like, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that feel like, they got enough dirt on another person to keep them, in a cycle with them. So it's like anytime they feel like, they want to move forward or better themselves, like somebody constantly reminding them, you know, you ain't no different than me. You know what I'm saying? You used to do this too. You was like this and like that. Like when okay, if you decide you want to go this direction or that direction, you know what I'm saying? Don't look back at me. Don't come back this way, looking for me to help. You know what I'm saying? But like somebody does, shit, because another person do it. You know what I'm saying? Or another person, supporting them and doing it. Birds of a feather flock together. So now both of them, out of whack. You know what I'm saying? Off balance together. You know what I'm saying? Even if they, in a relationship or a marriage, going through a divorce, like somebody inability to commit, it's like they dealing with it with another person too. Like both people, got commitment issues. Both of them, slow to take, action in something. You know what I'm saying? So if they start something, they don't, they take their time or barely even finish the shit. So if it's a marriage and they, a divorce, it's like somebody taking their damn time, signing the papers, or they, taking their time filing something, you know what I'm saying? Like doing something in a timely fashion. You know what I'm saying? So something was, at a slow pace. And it's like somebody ended up dealing with juggling, don't nobody do something the same or support another person, but somebody when somebody get in a negative cycle, karmic cycle, if they feel like they get more freedom in that cycle, or more freedom with that person when they like this, they'll return to that person because they can get their way. You know what I'm saying? And they know that person got some skeletons in their closet. They know that person got some, they got some dirt on that person. So shit, we didn't got, we didn't, like this could be somebody, you used to get in trouble with. You know what I'm saying? That used to be my ride or die. We got in trouble together. We used to, have each other back. Or somebody looking at, the people that they were juggling. Or somebody juggling you with somebody was like, they ended up dealing with people, more or less on their level, on, into what they were into. Supporting whatever they were supporting, whether they friends, whether they lovers, whether they family members, or this is, a connection, a partnership, a relationship. You know what I'm saying? The people that can, like they say, a cheater will, more than likely keep going back to a cheater. If somebody get burned by a person, and they know that person, was the one that burned them, people like, why you go back and deal with that person if they burned you? Like, ain't they burning? And you'll be wondering, like, why people, they, get caught up with somebody like that or find themselves in that situation. Next thing you know, you find out they still dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you must like that shit. You know what I'm saying? It can't be that good. It's just the fact that that person just easy and you get to do and handle them however you want to handle them. You can do and be however you want. And they know you may go with somebody. They may know you involved, or they know you don't care. You know what I'm saying? You out here raw dog. You know what I'm saying? That could be for somebody, especially with this Queen of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. What's the Eight of Wands in reverse? What the Two of Pentacles in reverse? Messages for Leo. Clarify the Eight of Wands in reverse with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you got the Fool in reverse. So somebody really thought, were being naive about how they thought something was going to turn out or how something was going to be. And also, somebody, inconsiderate of like how, somebody else was going to be affected by the other person. You know what I'm saying? They actions. It's like if somebody knew that you was, the faithful kind or the committed kind. It's like somebody, their inability to commit didn't stop them from juggling you. You know what I'm saying? At a time where they know, if they felt like, you would still be involved with them or deal with them, or they knew somebody that would, you know what I'm saying? They juggled you with somebody like that. It's like somebody juggled you with another person they knew, would put up with their shit or like go along with them and close their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's another person, a third party that could have knew about you. They just knew they was gonna do what you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like they was a queen of swords in reverse. You was a queen of swords in the upright. Like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody got involved with, a low vibrational, air sign, you know what I'm saying? Possibly a Aquarius, a low vibrational Aquarius at the time or something like that, Leo. But I feel like there's a low vibrational air sign here that somebody, found it easy to manipulate. Or a low vibrational air sign, was found it easy to manipulate a earth sign. Or somebody, a earth sign with fire in their chart, but got the fool out here in reverse. So somebody, easily to manipulate, but they also somebody that's very reckless. They don't, consider other people's, feelings when they doing something, or the fact that they decision making affects other people around them. Got the King of Swords. The King of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Page of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Damn. Like somebody coming off as a protector. King of Wands, even if it's a feminine energy, but it's like somebody was dealing with somebody that didn't have any. They played a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have played a lot of games with a air sign. Like was not very was very inconsiderate when it came to you, because they maybe was fear of change. You know what I'm saying? Like afraid to take that leap of faith, start a new journey, get on a new path. You know. But birds of a feather flock together. It's like this person could have, went back in the past with someone, being naive and shit like that, not thinking that, that was going to be something that, not only hurt you, but hurt them too. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody. Give me one more on this birds of a feather flock together. Messages for Leo. Give me one more. Eight of Cups. With the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Sagittarius energy. So somebody, Eight of Cups, like, didn't have no other option but to walk away. Like somebody may have felt like, they had to let go. You know what I'm saying? Walking away, letting go. With this Eight of Cups, like somebody may have felt like, they was running away from, not facing their problems, not facing, the problem head on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that, it's like somebody returned to the past and dealt with somebody that would put up with their shit instead of them facing whatever it was that they needed to. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that stuck like Chuck is out here. Like somebody, returning to the past is not something they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Because of, how things was going with that. But then they can't go back. They feel like they got to let go at this point because they, was too slow, you know what I'm saying, to move towards you, take some type of action, make changes. And then Two of Pentacles in reverse. Like this person, was, very off balance. You know what I'm saying? Like they was fear, allowing fear, to keep them, stuck in a cycle to where they felt like, it was easy, or they settled, for a cup, where they were. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt like, they didn't give you no other choice, or they had no other choice. Like they may have tried different things to try to, weave their way back in, or they may have tried to figure something out, but it's like, they may have had a lot of failed attempts, to with others, outside of you. hmm Like they may have had a lot of, failed connections with this Eight of Wands in reverse. Like I said, this could be a marriage, could be, friendships and things like that, was all a slow burn. Like a lot of things, and especially the action they needed to take was very slow moving for everybody. So everybody involved, them closing out cycles with people, having to reprioritize, like, rearrange, their schedule, according to what's going on, when it comes to how they can take action and what they can and can't do at that point. Whatever they do, it was slow moving. Like if they had to file paperwork, wait for some answers, it was slow, getting back, to them. Like something was just like they had to keep putting something off, or, just having to let something run its course. You know what I'm saying? Going with the flow. Something was a slow burn. You know what I'm saying? Like if something was, they was able to get something done, it was like they got very little, movement out of something. You know what I'm saying? But it was moving, just slow. But they feel like, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, they could be, feeling like they ain't got no other choice but to let go. You know what I'm saying? And let God. Okay? Because if God won't do it, it won't work. It just won't get done. Clarify stuck like Chuck. Messages for Leo. Clarify stuck like Chuck. What's stuck like Chuck about? What's this? Messages for Leo. Stuck like Chuck. Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody with no boundaries, cold-hearted, very abusive. Somebody that's, overly critical of other people, easily influenced, no presence of mind, like somebody out of sight, out of mind. This is somebody, they very, when a Queen of Swords is in the upright, it's like somebody unbiased in judgment. But in reverse, this is somebody very critical. Like they really, will get out of character. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I ain't gonna even say get out of character. This is their damn character. Okay? This is their damn character. Then you got the King of Cups in the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody untrustworthy, unproductive. Shit, unpredictable. All right? Manipulative. And somebody emotionally reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, has misplaced emotions. You know what I'm saying? Actions. It's like somebody will take out how they feeling, or how they've been treated on people that don't even deserve it. You know what I'm saying? King of Cups in reverse. And now somebody, could be wanting some forgiveness from a Gemini. Or a Gemini, y'all low vibrational Gemini could be wanting some forgiveness now for putting you in a third party. Or somebody want to give you some type of forgiveness for putting you in a third party with a Gemini, a low vibrational Gemini at that. Probably possibly a karmic, yeah. But I feel like this is two people that ended up together. Like there's a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups in reverse that ended up together. I can't make it up. It's at the bottom of the deck. You got you got the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords in reverse. This person wants some forgiveness after putting you in a third party with a Queen of Cups in reverse. Mm-hmm. Missed chances, you know what I'm saying? With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Person stuck like Chuck, child. They stuck with somebody that don't have, they overly critical, always talking shit. You always putting another person down. They ain't got nothing nice to say about nobody. They judge everything people do. You know what I'm saying? Criticizing them, even if they ass don't know how to do it. That's one of them things that this person do. They criticize people for doing shit they ass ain't got the confidence to do, ain't got the gall to do. You doing that right there. Running that mouth. Like, close your mouth, bro. What? Give me some more on this stuck like Chuck messages for Leo. This Queen of Swords in reverse, stuck like Chuck. Clarify. If I stuck like Chuck, this Queen of Swords in reverse. Stuck like Chuck, this Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, somebody see, gaining some type of perspective on a situation, seeing something differently, reading something in a different, language, seeing it in a different light. You know what I'm saying? Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Somebody gaining a new perspective. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. With this Chariot at the bottom of the deck and the Ace of Swords. I mean the Knight of Swords in reverse. Because somebody now, want to face, whatever challenges, they got to face, when it comes to them working on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Looking within with the Chariot. Like they know they got to, build their ambition. You know what I'm saying? They know they got to find direction in their own life, work on the things that they know they didn't face in the past. I feel like something is long overdue for somebody to actually take accountability for. So they're going to have to work on, having that strong will, the strength. They're going to have to work on self-discipline, control, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so easily manipulated, you know what I'm saying? Like have a lot more self-confidence and self-control. You know what I'm saying? Self-discipline. Because I feel like this person lacked it. You know what I'm saying? Lacked focus, determination. Like somebody just went towards somebody that didn't require a lot from them. So they did. It's like telling somebody you could make $18 an hour, doing this job, but this position over here, what they doing over there, it's like $27 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do this, and this, and somebody saying, "Oh shit, I could get over there and do that, but shit, I'm gonna try to get." I'm gonna try to be over here, making $18 an hour, and I'm gonna try to get me a little overtime that'll match that. You know what I'm saying? So that way I ain't gotta do what they doing over there. But then if I, work some extra hours, I could still, kind of make a close enough check to what they doing over there without having to do all that hard at. You know what I'm saying? I just work some overtime, come in on my day off and, kind of do something like that to build up, that extra, walk a little bit, add a little, tack a little bit on, that way, because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? They'll stay where they at and try to, build from there instead of just putting in the work, you know what I'm saying? And get the, extra money, but get the training to do this and possibly transfer somewhere else and get that job doing something else and getting paid a little more because you got the training already. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, somebody gaining a new perspective on that because there's some things that this person was not willing to change. You know what I'm saying? Like there were things they needed to work on and face, 8 of Cups, but somebody like ran from whatever was required instead of facing whatever it is and, because whatever they ran from, or whatever they felt like, I'm going to head for the hills and go toward this person. I really don't want to go toward this person, but shit, it's better than being by myself. You know what I'm saying? But work on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a missed opportunity, you know what I'm saying? This person was very arrogant in their damn pride and their ego, you know what I'm saying? And then turned around and they got played like a motherfucker. Like somebody ended up in a third part of their damn selves. Now they, feeling like they need to, release, you know what I'm saying, and release some deep-seated fears in the first place. Because if somebody felt like, oh, I don't know if I go toward a collective, I go toward Leo, I don't know what that's going to turn out to be. But shit, they went toward somebody else that they fucked around and found out with, though. If they felt like something with you wasn't going to work out, you know what I'm saying, it damn sure didn't work out with a Leo or with a Gemini in reverse. I mean, a low vibrational Gemini, if this 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse, like it damn sure didn't work out with them. The person ain't even giving them shit. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse, they ain't getting shit. This person was with games and trickery and fuckery just like them. Wasn't trying to be, open with them or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is them. But they is, what's this Queen of Swords in reverse with the Hierophant? I mean, with the Hangman. What's the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Hangman? They probably Queen of Swords in reverse with the Hangman. Messages for Leo. Damn. Damn. Almost didn't take them joints. You got the Page of Pentacles. It came out. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So somebody, is being looked at as faithful, you know what I'm saying? Or they get into the root of the problem. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, you got the Page of Pentacles that came out, the Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Tower. And somebody know they had addictions. Like somebody know they had some things that they needed to work on and that they were allowing, to control them or keep them stuck in a situation or a cycle or a way of being or thinking and shit like that, especially when it came to the environment. They energy all together and them mixing with another person that also kept them in they south node for a good little minute. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in a tower for doing that. They could be going through a dark night of the soul. You know what I'm saying? But this is happening for them. This is happening for them. This is like divine intervention. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some things that got to be put in place. And it's some things that got to take place. Like, so Four of Cups, like, they could be rejecting, they feel like they're going to be rejected with this Four of Cups. You're not going to accept their offer. They could be coming in as a page, but faithful, and all that shit right there. Or they see you as this, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they see you as a page, or you may not, pinnacle wise, may not have much, or you may not, be, or this is them. You know what I'm saying? They may not, they coming in, they ain't really got much. They, may be going through karma right now, judgment. And they could be, getting a hit, in their finances. But it will pick back up. You know what I'm saying? It's like this person just got to get to the root of whatever their situation is and deal with that, head on instead of running from it. Eight of Cups, Leo. So when it comes to this Page of Pentacles, like somebody, is seeing somebody as faithful, or you could be seeing, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and somebody faithfully, they seeing, you this way. Faithful, goal oriented, you know what I'm saying? A good planner financially, you good, a good financial planner. You know what I'm saying? You know when to spend, you know when to hold back. You could be working on your finances, your credit right now, but with the Four of Swords, they feel like they're going to be rejected. Like they see you not accepting they offer, any offers right now, or they not accepting any. You know what I'm saying? They reevaluating, how they saw themselves. You know what I'm saying? This, them feeling like there's a disconnect between you and them, like they don't feel you in their energy anymore, or they don't feel like, you into them like you used to anymore. But because of this right here. You know what I'm saying? They know they had some addictions. They know they had some toxicity, some ways, about them, the way they was thinking, the way they was moving. But also, the fact that their mindset was like, kept them out of imbalance, you know what I'm saying? And they were dealing with, people in their energy, they kept them there too. So if they had secrets, if they felt like they had some skeletons in their closet somebody else knew about or whatever, it's like somebody felt like, they were limited to what they could do. You know what I'm saying? And because they allowed something to control the situation and them, instead of them taking their control back and standing in their power, this person, made excuses. Denying change, acting like they don't know why something going on. It ain't my fault, it ain't my fault. Okay. Face ass. But at the same time, it's just something that somebody, it's happening for them. You got the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Libra energy with the moon and the Ten of Cups. So somebody, possibly, want a reconciliation that could, they want to release, some pain. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's really going through it. Like they could be, in their head a lot. They could be crying about this, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody feels as though, they want some forgiveness, but this, recovery, they could be healing, or this is you, because at this point, it's like, if you healing, it's like somebody may feel as though, or they feel like, there's something, hidden, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody, was healing, but they want some forgiveness for not seeing something and allowing things to, cloud their judgment. You know what I'm saying? Or them feeling like they intuition is being questioned right now, like they, having to stay focused. So pay attention to your dream state, collective, because I feel like, when somebody pulling on your energy, they could be trying to like connect, to you, like pull on your energy. Because somebody feel like there's a disconnect between you and them. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like it's like somebody had a lot of things that was clouding their judgment, what I'm saying, they third eye. So it was like somebody is being blocked, you know what I'm saying, like even if they trying to establish like what's going on with you, it's like they know whatever it is, like they feel like it's being kept a secret, you know what I'm saying, like whatever it is like they not able to see it. Like if they can't see what's going on with you, they don't know if you still want this 10 of cups with them. So it's like, somebody could be in isolation. Like they could have, somebody could be afraid of, or they were afraid of going in the hermit. Like somebody kept, trying new shit, you know what I'm saying? To try to, or they, know it's somebody that they, possibly, got involved with, that they may be still involved with, or somebody they had to walk away from, that's a hermit in reverse, like somebody not wanting to work on themselves and face the things that they need to work on, that like healing, like they refusing to do that, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, this person feeling lonely, but and this is going through, it's like after a time where they feel like they went through a death. It's at the bottom of the deck, somebody going through a death, a transformation. Could be a Scorpio. hmm What do they want to confess about? Messages for Leo. What is these confessions? Clarify the confessions for Leo. Messages for Leo. Clarify confessions. What are these confessions? What are these confessions about? Got the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What's these confessions about? Clarify confessions, messages for Leo. What are these confessions? Got the Judgment. So somebody, is wanting to be forgiven, you know what I'm saying, after being made aware. You know what I'm saying? They could be going through a spiritual awakening, or like, reflecting. You know what I'm saying? Somebody feel like the only way they're gonna be able to make something right with you is if they confess. You know what I'm saying? Like this awareness, like bringing some type of awareness to you, like being asking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? By way of confessing whatever it is that they feel like right now they under judgment for. Clarify the judgment. What's confessions with the judgment? Clarify confessions with the judgment out here. Messages for Leo. At the King of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Whoever this is, could be it could be this could be you collective with this King of Pentacles, or this could be a Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. A Leo could be dealing with a Virgo or Earth sign, or you could be a Leo with Earth in your chart. But this person could be a Leo with Earth in their chart. Take it how it resonate. But somebody is coming off as got a little bit of wealth, abundance, or whatever. Somebody that's very influential. You know what I'm saying? Like they could they a solid investment. You know what I'm saying? Or they looking at you as that. Because I feel like somebody, was looking at, they self as somebody that's like, they're a good provider. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's very disciplined, you know what I'm saying? Sensual, that could be a hopeless romantic. Very reliable. That's how they coming off. You know what I'm saying? Or this is how they see you. You know what I'm saying? Like they could be wanting to confess, You know what I'm getting, Leo? Like somebody, like say, somebody want to gift you something. Somebody don't know what to gift somebody that already got everything, and that could be something that they trying to do, because that's what I'm getting. Like I'm using it as an example, but that could literally be something that they working on, Leo. They could be wanting to gift you something, like want to come in and give you something when they confess something to you, but it's like they don't know. It's like, would I give somebody that has everything, or what do I give some? I don't know what to give somebody. It's like somebody don't know what to get you because you already 9 of Pentacles. Like somebody already see you as self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? Very independent. You kind of go after what you want, and then if you don't have something, it's hard. It's not hard for you to get it. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty people that's very giving, very loving, of you. So you really don't have to go without any help or assistance or something that you really want or need. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this person may have been their love language, or how they saw themselves as their image or their status. They may have been a very big spender on themselves. You know what I'm saying? But that may have been something that they got so caught up in, thinking that was the way, to your heart, or that was a way, to uh like come off towards you. Like somebody may have made, they wealth, something more important than what, really mattered. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody would have been, could have been very generous. You know what I'm saying? they could have been very generous. They could have been a reckless spender as well. Like they could have been, very giving to people, always helping people and stuff like that. And, overspending, like, what I'm saying, like overdoing, and they could be dealing with, financial security insecurities as well because of how, they may have misused and allowed, a lot of their money to be blown on shit that really, they ashamed of. You know what I'm saying? Like they had some addictions, some things. It could have been shopping, could have been, a lifestyle or status or image they were trying to uphold. And because, of that, they ended up, dealing with some, took a hit. Their finances took a hit. And I feel like, when it comes to their karma, like I said, they finances took a hit. That was the first thing that ended up being affected, because of how they treated you. hmm What's the judgment with the King of Pentacles? What's the judgment with the King of Pentacles? Confessions. What's the judgment with the King of Pentacles with confessions? Messages for Leo. What's this judgment with the King of Pentacles? What's the judgment with the King of Pentacles? Yeah. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo energy. With the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So when it comes to, whatever somebody had, they may have had a little money, had some wealth, had abundance, very reliable, very dependable. They gonna come through if you need them. Very, um, a good provider. You know what I'm saying? They could be, the head of the household. You know what I'm saying? They believe in making sure, everything is taken care of. They could have that Ten of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have you. Okay, so they could have shattered that dream. They could have messed that up for themselves, overly indulging in things that did not have any purpose. Got bored, what I'm saying, with, what they had. They, was trying to build their finances up. I got, so bogged down, so caught up in that, focused on that, by the time they got established, got what they needed, it's like they realizing now like they spent a lot. They spent too much on things, spent too much time, spent too much of their money, time, invested too much of themselves into things that, just ate away at their energy. You know what I'm saying? It was draining. You know what I'm saying? Somebody felt drained. You know what I'm saying? They got depleted. A lot of their energy, their money, you know, and whatever it was that they were easily manipulated with, whether it was sex, whether it was money, whether it was material things, it depleted their energy. It really took up a lot of their time, and it, was all just illusions, distractions, you know what I'm saying, with the moon. And that alone would keep you disconnected from the universe, your ancestors, and anything else that is meant to help you stay on your path or go towards your inner calling. Because somebody, was definitely out of whack, like off balance. Yeah, yeah, like somebody was telling you, bruh. With this Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you got the Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Strength in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. So it's like, somebody realizing they got to, lean toward what it is they know. Listen to your gut. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to making decisions, like establish your own beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Or how you see something instead of the way somebody telling you to see it. Or the way somebody painting it for you to, see it. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody cast a lot of illusions, towards somebody. But it's like, they either see you as somebody that have your own personal beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Or they need to have, a way of seeing things for themselves. Go and find answers for yourself. Go make that assessment for yourself. Somebody sees you as that, like they see you as a free thinker. And that alone can make somebody intimidated, especially if they so used to somebody, backing them on something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they was a king of cups in reverse. Like somebody, want to confess, these confessions, got a lot to do with, where they invested their time and where they, like how you tell somebody like, damn, where you been? What took you so long? Oh, I was doing this. I was doing all this shit that didn't matter. What's the overall outcome for Leo in this situation moving forward? What's the actions in this situation moving forward for Leo? What's the overall outcome, the actions for Leo moving forward in this situation? Two of Swords with the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Somebody at a crossroads, or they, stagnant, or they at a stalemate right now, or this is you. But somebody, is like possibly in a third party, they damn self, and needing to get, some more information, or they, somebody is like trying to keep somebody from knowing, the truth about something to keep them stuck at a stalemate, keep them in a cycle with them. Four Swords in reverse, it's like somebody can't get no peace, where they at, over this divine feminine with this empress. Yeah. All because this person, lacked this self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? When it came to them actually, you know, releasing whatever they fears are. Because it's like, this is something you doing. Releasing fears. I feel like this person, though. Releasing fears. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to them gaining, some clarity. Because I feel like there's no contact, no communication right now. So it's like, somebody, gaining the clarity they need, from being in this Nine of Swords. Like, I feel like the longer you away from somebody, the more, they end up, the more progress they make. And you got the Eight of Swords in reverse also at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah. Somebody releasing, like they gaining awareness, like they not stuck in their head no more, with all these negative thoughts, you know what I'm saying? They're feeling like they trapped or blocked, at this time. So, they more hopeful than they were. You know what I'm saying? Or this is you. Yeah. You could be happy now after walking away from this person with the Lovers in reverse. Or they happy now, knowing that they, walked away from this situation, like ending things. What's the Two of Swords moving forward for Leo? The future outcome of this situation moving forward. What's the Two of Swords? Yeah, Six of Cups. Like somebody in their head, you know what I'm saying? Like replaying memories. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Could be wanting some forgiveness now. Getting past, you know what I'm saying? Healing, like in this recovery, phase right now. Like somebody, could be, on a healing journey right now. That could be new with with Archangel Samuel out here. So somebody's seeking redemption. You know what I'm saying? Like they, seeking forgiveness with the Most High. When it comes to them, actually getting, to where, going back to the, what's that song by Drake? Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, not the whole team. Yeah. Like they want some forgiveness now, for being manipulative. You know what I'm saying? Being this King of Cups in reverse. But I'm going to end it here, collective. Hopefully the message resonates with you, Leo, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.